Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, and I do so in the name of His begotten Son, Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. This is I'm about to talk about this wicked holiday, that people are celebrating right now, you know, because you got a whole lot of people that thinking that this day is solely dealing with them loving their mothers, which it goes way, which Mother's Day goes way back, than what they think it is. And on the side note, I want to just say, why would people just wait? Why would you wait, to love your mother and one day of the month, that comes by once a year? Now, why not love your mother every day? And also I wanted to say, like a whole lot of people, will post on social media on how much they love their mother, but then the next day don't even talk to the mother the whole day, ask her how she doing, you know, or they end up cussing her out. It's madness. But let's get into this. This is the origin of Mother's Day and why you shouldn't celebrate your mom on Mother's Day. Are you celebrating your mother this Mother's Day? You may want to read this post. It's Mother's Day today in Mexico. Well, Salaki, this is an article that Truth or Tradition. Salaki, moving too fast. Salaki, Truth or Tradition. A look into the origin of Mother's Day and why you shouldn't celebrate your mom on Mother's Day. It's an old article. It came out in May 10th, 2018. But it got some truth in it. Are you celebrating your mother this Mother's Day? You may want to read this post. It's Mother's Day today in Mexico. It will be next Sunday here in the U.S. And all around the world. People are similarly celebrating their Mother's Day. Their mothers. We all love our mothers. Well, most do, right? Which is a fact. Like I said, people will show that they love their mother. Like I was just, simply stating. You got simply stating that you got people out here that that's posting on how much they love their mother. But then the next day, shit, they get into an argument or whatever. Or say they don't get into an argument, they end up being mad disrespectful to their mother. And feel it necessary to set aside a day every year to make a special day for them. Surely, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Well, if we observe the traditional Mother's Day holiday, that's where we are wrong. In fact, Mother's Day has sinister and occult origins that have nothing to do with our mothers. Let's take a look at the history and roots of this holiday not many know about or are willing to acknowledge. At its core, Mother's Day is a celebration in honor of the Queen of Heaven, an ancient pagan mother goddess. According to historians, the first celebration observed in honor of a mother was an ancient Greek spring festival dedicated to the goddess Rhea, who was the wife and sister of the god Kronos and mother to Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. Rhea is known as the mother of the gods and goddesses. Kronos was known as a god who devoured his children and is associated with the Roman god Satan. Or Satan. In the ancient Roman culture, Mother's Day was celebrated in the form of a festival dedicated to the goddess Cybele, who was their mother goddess. She is also known as Magna Mater, Alma Mater. The celebration in her honor was called Hilaria, after it was adopted from the Greeks and held for 3 days, March 15th to the night 15th to 18th. This celebration was first observed 250 years prior to the birth of Yahushua. So Yahushua was so Jesus was well aware of these pagan celebrations during his time. We can get to the scriptures later. I want to keep on reading this. The festivities were held during the spring equinox in the temple erected in Cybele's honor. And this is the Encyclopedia Britannica, 1959. A festival, it's talking about Mother's Day. A festival derived from the custom of mother worship in ancient Greece. Formal mother worship ceremonies to Cybele or Rhea, the great mother of the gods, were performed on the Ides of March throughout Asia Minor. And this is the goddess Cybele, right here. So ingrained are these pagan goddesses and their pagan celebrations that not only is the holiday still observed today, but there are statues in their honor. In Madrid, Spain, for example, there is the Plaza de Cibeles, where a monument and fountain stand. The Spanish adopted this pagan spring mother goddess holiday and still holds celebrations there in her honor. Right, so as we see here, when people are celebrating the day, as the Queen of Heaven, the Queen of Heaven, Cybele and Rhea, which the Queen of Heaven could be, it's just a Queen of Heaven would be an integrated of all mother goddesses, which our people are going. So yeah, our people are going off. Our people are going off for celebrating this day, which we're gonna get some scriptures on showing how this day is folly. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Chapter 18, verse 9 to 12. When thou art come into the land which Yahweh thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or to useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto Yahweh. And because of these abominations, Yahweh thy God doth drive them out from before thee. Well, with this right here, we know that this is talking about, whatever land we take, or what land we are in, we're not supposed to do the same thing that the heathens are doing. But even if we didn't take this land, it's like it, yeah. So basically, you see right here, we're not supposed to be doing the lands that we in. We're not supposed to be following what the heathens are doing, because they're an abomination to the Most High God, And if we do those things, i.e., serving the idols, worshiping their gods, will be considered an abomination to the Most High, Yahweh. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 30. Let's start at 29. This Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 29. When Yahweh thy God shall cut off the nations from before thee, whether thou goest to possess them, and thou succeedest them, and dwellest in their land, take heed to thyself that thou may Salakia. Take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them, after that they be destroyed from before thee, and that thou inquire not after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Even so, well, I do likewise. Alright, so basically, yeah, this is the command right here. Another command, that we're not supposed to be, serving on their gods, we're not even supposed to be acquiring on how, or wondering how did they serve their gods, so we can do like they do, And for us, and this is the same thing, that put us into the curses, because we were serving other people's gods, This is what got us. This is what. This is what. This is what. The Most High put the curses on us for, one of the main things. This is one of the main things for the Most High put the curses on us, which is, following other gods, these heathen gods. Let's go to Exodus chapter 34, verse 14. This is Exodus chapter 34, verse 14. For thou shalt worship no other God, for Yahweh, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Right. So we see right here, this is plain cut and simple right here. The so-called Black, Hispanics, and American Indians not supposed to serve no other gods except Yahweh, which our people want to serve all these other gods except for the Most High God, which, one who gave us beautiful laws to follow, which is not even that hard, and it's for our benefit. But our people don't want to do that. They want to goddamn make cakes for Mother's Day and shit. Make cakes for birthdays, Goddamn put up a damn Christmas tree and put gifts under the shit, Our people want to do things like that. Put costumes on, for Halloween. And grown men at that will dress up, for Halloween. Like, it's madness, bro. But our people don't want to celebrate the Most High God. Salaki, don't want to worship the Most High God and keep His laws and statutes, commandments, keep His high holy days. It's madness. Let's go to Colossians, chapter 2, verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. Mother's Day is a vain deceit, Salaki. Read this. Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of man. Right, which Mother's Day is a tradition of man, It's not of the Bible. The Most High didn't tell you to celebrate or worship your mother, after the rudiments of the world and not after Christ. Right, our people just want to follow what the whole world do, Don't even Look up the origins of it. Don't and even if you tell them, they wouldn't care. They just want to follow what everybody else do. You know, the rudiments of the world. They just want to follow what everybody else do. You know. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 18. You know, dealing with the Queen of Heaven. You know. And this is where, where we see people celebrate Mother's Day in the Bible. And what the Most High did to our people who celebrate this. This is Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 18. The children gather wood, and the fathers kindled the fire. And the woman knit their dough. They was, getting the dough together to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven. Right. These people was, making these cakes, to the Queen of Heaven, celebrating Mother's Day. Because, which we see that today now, People either buy a cake, or make cakes for Mother's Day, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. Do they provoke me to anger, saith Yahweh? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces? Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, my anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man and upon beast, and upon the trees of the field, and upon the fruit of the ground, and it shall burn, and shall not be quenched. All right, so we see right here, our people, we pissed Most High off so bad that he. Let's read this again. We pissed him off so bad that he did this right here. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, my anger and my fury shall be poured out upon this place, where the place that they're dwelling at. Our people was dwelling at this time when they was worshiping this Queen of Heaven. Celebrating Mother's Day, upon man and upon beast and upon the trees of the field, and upon the fruit of the ground it shall burn and shall not be quenched. All right, so the Most High burned everything in that place they were dwelling at because they were celebrating, Mother's Day. They was worshiping the Queen of Heaven, So this lets you know right here that this is not some sort of thing that this is not our people. What our people are celebrating today is not such a light thing, What our people are celebrating today, our people celebrating Mother's Day, and any other pagan holiday, it's pissing Yahweh off, it's pissing Yahweh off, And that's all. This is my lesson on Mother's Day. This folly day, and I hope it was edifying. I want to say shalom.